Hey everybody, how you doing? And yeah, Geno Smith is now a Las Vegas Raider, and he's reunited as the quarterback who, again, will play with his head coach Pete Carroll. Remember, he was in Seattle with Pete, who was head coach when Geno was first there, and then went to the sidelines. Geno took over, had a great first year with Mike Montgomery, the new head coach of the Seahawks, in their modified version of the Washington Huskies offense. Now Geno gets to work with Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator. He's making the rounds, so he will be the happy recipient of excellent coaching from some of the finest coaches in National Football League history, not just the NFL, but history. And he will join the AFC West, which now counts as top quarterbacks Patrick Mahomes, Geno Smith, Mahomes, of course, with the Chiefs. We have also, with the San Diego Chargers, the great, well, some would say great. He didn't have the greatest year last year, okay? He didn't have the greatest year last year. Let's just get that out there. The man didn't not have the greatest year last year. He was kind of an interception king there, Justin Herbert, talking about Justin Herbert. But effective nonetheless. And of course, we have Bo Nix. Bo Nix, rookie from Oregon. So ironically, we're going to have an Oregon coach coaching a West Virginia guy who played in Washington, right? And in an offense that was coached by a Washington offensive coordinator. He came from the Huskies. And now he goes to the Raiders with the original guy that made Oregon famous, Chip Kelly, now the offensive coordinator. You got all that? Okay. How does it spell for Geno? Awesome. Now, some people, including myself, are asking the question, all right, that's great, but why did you not pick Jameis Winston? And I really think it has to do with familiarity. Pete knows Geno Smith. Pete knows Geno Smith. That's, I believe, really what's going on. So let's meet Geno Smith. You would say, what do I mean, meet Geno Smith? Well, I had the pleasure of interviewing Geno Smith when he was a newly minted NFL rookie, having been selected by the New York Jets in the NFL draft. And even before he was selected, here he is, right here at NFL Play 60, 11 years ago, folks. Here's Geno Smith on Zenny 62. One moment. Let me take one correction, because let me turn off echo cancellation so you can hear Geno. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to hear him. So here's Geno Smith.
Is it difficult? Do you have to prepare yourself for tomorrow, knowing that based on everything we've seen, you can go pretty high, pretty low? There's no real idea where you could end up.
Not really. I mean, it's my mom's birthday. That's the biggest thing for me. Like I always say, I'm a selfless guy, so I'm really there to enjoy the birthday with her. And once I get drafted, then we'll share a moment then. But right now, I'm just, happy-go-lucky, happy to be here.
Did you get her a gift of any sort, or is this the gift?
Oh, yeah. I got her plenty of gifts.
What are some positives you're hearing back from what you heard back from NFL teams?
I mean, it's all been positive. Even from, Trent Dilfer's a guy who I've worked with, Coach Mooch, John, Gruden. All those guys have positive things to say. Obviously, at this point in my career, there's a lot of work to be done as far as, development. But, I mean, that's for everyone. So, but, with what I've done in college, which is pretty much put behind me, teams, really like it and think I can excel at the next level.
As a high school senior, did Chip Kelly offer you?
Yes.
how deep did you go in discussions with Oregon?
Well, he visited my high school like 2 or 3 times, but I mean, Geno, Oregon is miles away from.
That's what DJ Manuel said.
So, I just didn't want to go that far.
Hey, Mr. Smith, how would you say the Air Raiders prepared you for the National Football League?
Well, the different passing concepts, different route combinations, allowing me to have freedom to change plays at the line of scrimmage and call plays, dealing with the run game as well as the pass game. So overall, just giving me complete control of the offense as well as throwing a number of route combinations versus various defenses.
Do you know where you rank in terms of total yardage of any of the NFL draft quarterbacks over the past year over Cam Newton? Yeah. You're over Andrew Luck by just a little bit in terms of career yardage. In fact, you're number 1. Has anyone told you that?
No.
Yeah, you're number 1. Just keep that in mind.
Thank you.
You're basically one of the top super.
Sorry. It's a different kind of question.
So anyway, we were pulled away from there for whatever reason. But that was the first one. But it wasn't my last crack at him. Here's the when he was drafted.
So, Geno, how do you feel? You ready to wreak havoc in the NFL?
Won't speak too soon, though. Just happy to be here right now, man. It's a dream.
What was last night like for you?
It was a test of patience, and to be there with my mom and my family on her birthday, it was a great night. It's a blessing to be here in Radio City Music Hall.
Folks, I have to explain something that happened to Geno here, okay? He was really supposed to go high in the first round, okay? But what happened here with Geno was that Geno fired his agents in the middle of the draft, fired him, okay? And what happened was that his agents retaliated by dropping insulting comments about him, about his character, to Jason Cole, who was eager to print them for reasons best known to Jason Cole. And so he was then with Bleacher Report. And so pop up these ideas that his character is less than and yada, 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 which isn't true. And his success since then, it put him in a setback, but his success since then has made up for, by miles, made up for that treatment on draft day. That's what happened. So he was taken by the Jets. That started off okay. And then he was shipped off to the Seahawks where he had better days. And now he's a Las Vegas Raider.
I appreciate all the festivities and everything that I was able to take part in because it's once in a lifetime for me.
I know when you left last night, you told Susie Colbert you didn't think you'd be back today. What changed your mind and kind of what brought you back?
You know what?
Because this is the second round.
Just talking to all my supporters and everyone who had watched the draft, everyone from my high school, my university, and everyone just wanted me to remain here and to walk across that stage and to stand up, and represent them all.
Looking forward to knowing that you have congratulations.
Thank you.
How much are you looking forward to having the opportunity to start day one, especially with that chip on your shoulder now?
You know what, man? Right now, I can't even speak on that. I'm just proud to be a Jet. I talked to Rex Ryan about playing the Jet way, and it's all about building up your teammates and playing as a team, and that's what I'm all about. I'm a selfless guy, and whatever my role is on the team is what I'll accept. But I'm going to come in and compete from day one and be a competitor day in and day out and just try to help my team win games.
Talk about Aaron Rodgers, the tweet that Aaron Rodgers sent you. Talk about how much that meant to you that he's thinking about you.
You know what? I watched that draft and I watched Aaron go through that, and it's kind of ironic that you see that and then you're put in that position. And like I said, it was just a test of patience. And, I'm a patient guy. All of those guys who got picked ahead of me are deserving, so there's no bitterness towards them or any of those teams. I'm just ready to get in and play football again.
Hey, Geno, who called you first when you picked up the phone? Who called you first?
John Isn't called me. Was able to talk to Coach Ryan. Me and
comment on the quarterback situation with the Jets? Did any of those guys advise you not to comment on the quarterback situation?
No, not at all.
Geno, yesterday when you're back in the green room, hearing Geno chants from the Jets fans both the times that they were on the clock, and again tonight right before they actually picked you, coming out there, seeing them, you looked like you had a sigh of relief as soon as you stepped on the stage. What was that moment like?
You know, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime moment, man. I can't even explain it. I've done so many things in my life, but I don't think any of them amount to what I've just experienced out there. I'm proud to be a Jet. Everything that I've been to up until this point is extremely, I think it's extremely an extreme blessing for me and my family because it only happens once.
Do you have all this criticism that you talk about and stuff like that when you go to New York? That's one of those things that you're going to face day in and day out. I mean, how do you think that this has made you prepared for, I guess, for that?
You know what? That's the NFL, and that's the position of quarterback, and I've played this position all my life, so I understand that it comes with the territory, and I'm prepared for it.
Geno, you ran spread offense at West Virginia. Morningware runs West Coast offense. How well can you adjust on him?
You know what? I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to try my best to put myself in a position to be productive and to help my team win games. I believe that my skill set is one that can be translated into any style of offense. So as long as I continue to be myself and to work extremely hard, I think I'll be fine.
Did they say anything about wanting to get more movement from the quarterback? Kind of like a lot of the more modern quarterbacks like Cam Newton and so on.
No, we haven't discussed any of that yet. Right now it's just feeling of gratitude. Just extremely proud of you.
Geno, any lady you talked about bringing two students in this just in case the kids in did you bring extra corners or did you?
I didn't. My mom actually went out and bought this today. Picked out one seat, and I expected to go yesterday, but like I said, it's just a blessing to be here today. I wanted to make sure that I came out here and I continue to represent, and I was going to wait till my name get called.
Where'd she get it?
I don't even know. It's nice. It's nice.
What was your family's reaction?
Oh man, my mother was in tears. She burst out in tears. She tried to make me cry, but I was able to hold on.
You have to give her a belated birthday card now, or how does that?
Oh no. I mean, yesterday was amazing. We exchanged gifts prior to the draft, and she just expressed how gratifying it was for her to finally see me, living out my dream.
Why did you not want to?
Excuse me?
Why did you not want to come back?
There was never an issue of me not wanting to come back. I declined interviews last night because I was going out with my mother. I left a little early. There was kind of a big deal made about it, but we just got out there. I knew I was going to be picked at the end of the first round, so just wanted to make sure that I got her out there before the media was able to get all up in her face.
Because that was interpreted.
Yeah, I understand that. And the position that I'm in, everything's going to get analyzed. And some things may be overblown, but it's not my job to worry about those things. I've got a job at hand right now. And the Jets selected me to come in and hopefully be their quarterback, so I'm going to come in and compete.
The Jets have had a real media circus around them ever since Tim Tebow joined last year. What was your impression of that, looking from the outside, and what do you think it'll be like to be in the midst of that?
You know what? Those things are, I think, part of the NFL. I don't know whether it's good or bad. I can't really discuss that. It's really up to the coaches. But I know that I'm going to be a part of the 2013 squad, and my job is to come in and compete from day one.
Do you know Mark Sanchez at all? Have you guys ever met or interacted? How about Tim?
I visited Florida when I was very recruited, so I was able to meet him, but nothing real personal.
Geno, can you talk about what you were thinking when Tavon went top 10? What was going to do that?
I'm just proud for him, man. He deserves it. The guy works hard. Is an extremely talented player, and I think he's going to do great things with the Rams.
Geno, you started last year as the prohibitive favorite for the Heisman Trophy. West Virginia was making a big move to the Big 12. How do you evaluate what happened last year, and how much of it had to do with you, how much of it had to do with the defense?
Well, last season was one that was pretty much up and down for us. We started off hot. Obviously, we didn't do so well towards the end of the season, but like I said, it's just a test of character and leadership, and I think I handled all those things well. As far as offense, defense goes, it's a team thing, and the team wins and the team loses. It's not a one-man deal or a one-side deal. So, I'll never put my defense down. It's our job to score more points than the other team. And we didn't do that on many occasions. So, just got to improve on it, continue to get better, and just trust my coaching and work the same way I've always worked.
As you were walking on stage, you didn't smile when you first got out. It looked like you were, intense. What were you thinking about that?
You know what? I'm just that type of guy. It's not that I don't smile. It's just that I kind of take that to heart. The things that happened yesterday. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's something that I'll use as fuel or extra motivation because I'm already motivated. And just being in this position is one that's a blessing for me. So I'm going to smile as much as I can, but at the same time, remember all the things that happened.
It looked like when Roger came out and he put his hand out, you were like, no, I get the hug. Was that kind of, was that what would happen?
You know what, man, I wanted to hug him. I didn't know how to feel, man. It's just one of those things that you got to go through, and you never know what's going to happen, but, I'm just, like I said, I'm just extremely blessed to be here and extremely happy to be in this position.
What did Dana tell you as everything was kind of unfolding yesterday?
He just told me to stay strong, continue to smile, keep my head up, and just trust everything that I've done up until this point. Obviously, it's tough to sit in the green room for that long, but you know what? It doesn't even matter anymore.
Here's one more question. Did you view the Jets as a great opportunity from the quarterback depth chart position standpoint?
You know what? I always, like I said all along, whichever team decided to take me and decided to bring me in as a guy, maybe a franchise guy, maybe a project. You never know how the situation may end. But to be a Jet is a dream come true for me. I've been watching football my entire life, and the Jets have one of the most storied organizations in the NFL. So I'm just elated and ready to get to work.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Geno.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
He deserves, like I said, that was rough what happened. It didn't need to happen to Jake. At that time.
This year for you wants to be more physical. A little bit more of a outside linebacker's body type playing inside. He was kind of a run-around guy a year ago going in there. This year, I thought he took a step up. He's still on
What happened was that by all expectations, supposed to go in the first round. Okay? What happened was that he started to drop him. Before he fired his agents. So for the pick, his agents put out these rumors about him that were just not true at all. He started to drop because of rumors. All right? But Geno Smith is one of the best quarterbacks coming out of college. And Geno Smith was one of the best quarterbacks coming out of college. And what was going on to him was a travesty. So the Jets saw this man sitting there, dropping, and they figured, let's go get him. They got him in the second round. He was so upset he was going to leave New York, as you heard. He was talked out of it. So he went on to the Jets, and so over his career, Geno Smith's numbers have gone like this through his career, and overall in his his career that's now lasted for some 2013 to 2024 or 11 years. Over his 11 years, he's thrown for 19,143 yards, 105 touchdowns, 72 interceptions for an 88 rating. Now, his best year was actually with the Seahawks. He started out 4 years with the Jets. First year was 66.5. He got better, 77.5. Then better year was 87.9 rating, passer rating. Then the year after that, he was 81.3. He then went next door to the Giants, where he played for a year. 84.5 passer rating. completion percentage was his lowest to his career. Well, actually, his lowest actually was the previous year with the Jets at 57, but he improved by a percentage the next year. Then he went to the Chargers for 1 year. 1 year, and nothing to write home about at all. In 2020, he went to the Seahawks for his first year. 94 rating, best passer rating ever in his career. Improved upon that the next year, 2021, with a 103, 100.9 the next year after that. Both years, well over 60% completion, closer to 70, 68.4 in 2021 and 69.8 in 2022. 2023, oh, by the way, 2022 were his best passing yardage years to date. 4,282 passing yards, 30 touchdowns. His best year ever against just 11 interceptions. A 100.9 rating. Next year, he dropped to 92.1, 64% completion percentage, 3,624 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 2024, 70% getting better. His best completion percentage ever in his career, 4,320 yards, almost as good as the previous year, 21 touchdowns against 15 interceptions for a 93.2 passer rating. And now he goes, bringing great numbers with him, goes to the Las Vegas Raiders in Chip Kelly's offense. I can't wait to see what they do with him. Does this mean that the whole Shedeur Sanders talk is off the table? Yes, because the Raiders are not going to invest a first rounder on a quarterback. In fact, I can't remember the last time the Raiders invested straight up a first round on a quarterback since Jamarcus Russell. That was 2007. I was there. Okay? So they haven't done it since then. Derek Carr was second rounder. Matt McGloin was a fourth rounder. And no, that was it, folks. Rich Gannon they got by trade, of course, free agency, excuse me, and he brought us to the Super Bowl. We didn't win. That was 2003 against the Buccaneers, who proceeded to blow us out. The John Gruden coach Buccaneers, who proceeded to blow us out of the stadium because we were stupid enough to have traded Gruden to the Bucs the previous year. Anyway, that's what we did. I say we because I'm a Raiders fan, but that's what we did. And so it has never been in the Raiders' habit of just drafting first-round quarterbacks just because they're there, or in this case, expecting Shedeur to fall to them, which is not going to happen. My prediction is that Shedeur Sanders is going to be a Tennessee Titan. If he's not a Tennessee Titan, then he'll be a Cleveland Brown, maybe. The Browns have defensive problems, and I think all this mindless chirping about getting a quarterback in the first round is ridiculous. If Andrew Berry has any wits about him, he'll get a defender. You've got either Abdul Carter there from Penn State, or Travis Hunter, who I think be really exciting. A dual threat wide receiver cornerback. Why not? Why not? Okay. If you're going to keep Myles Garrett and you want to send a message to Myles Garrett that you're serious about winning a Super Bowl, not just going but winning, you improve your defense, not your offense. If you know what you're doing with a quarterback, you can coach your quarterback. They didn't know what they were doing with their quarterbacks. All right, Baker Mayfield, long windup, had interception problems. They never corrected them, did the Browns. Browns got shipped off. Better coaches got better out of them. That's a fact. Okay? That's a fact. So Browns fans thinking that, they're going to have some sort of nirvana by bringing back Joe Flacco or smoking something. That ain't happening at all. That's just not happening. So Geno Smith will be the key that brings a Super Bowl to Las Vegas. Hear me. Geno Smith will be the key that brings a Super Bowl to Las Vegas. I'll say it again. Geno Smith will be the key. Hear that, Will Kiss? Geno Smith will be the key that brings the Super Bowl to Las Vegas. You heard it here first. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube, the vlog report with Zenny62, and bookmark NFL News by Zenny62.com. You say, what? Yeah. NFL News by Zenny62.com. That is since we're a corporation, right? Our famous site here that I'm showing to you. NFL News by Zenny62.com. The best site there is. There it is. Of its kind. Here it is right here. Boom. Boom. See it? NFL News by Zenny62.com. There's the video of Bill Carroll at the NFL Combine. Bill did a fantastic job producing 45 videos while he was there. Great work. Great interviews with people like Shadur Sanders. Hilariously. There's our Super Bowl content straight from the National Football League itself, including the logo. Important dates on the National Football League calendar. A 7 hours straight, continuous 7 hours straight live stream. All you gotta do is click here, right? You wanna see it? Let that open up. Scroll down a little bit beyond Tom Brady. Click on it right here, and there you are.
Hey everybody, we're live at the NFL owners meeting.
Isn't that cool? And tell me that's not cool. I dare you. I double dare you. Tell me that's not cool.
We're going out.
This is a continuously non-stop live stream. All the way over to here, where talking to Vinny, as you can see, Vinny Bonsiori with Las Vegas Review-Journal. Then later, great and some conversations I've had. I still have to break out here. Haven't done it yet, but eventually had the pleasure toward the end of interviewing none other right here. And remember, this is a non-stop, continuously running live stream, folks. Non-stop, continuously running. You heard it. Non-stop, continuously running live stream. And then voila, here we are, right there. Okay. Talking, waiting for Mark Davis to come out. We're still waiting for Mark Davis to come out, right? And then the magic of Zenny62 Media being properly placed. Properly placed, okay? This is what happens when you know where to go at the owners' meetings, where you know where to stand, okay? And you're waiting, and you get the right people coming out at the right time, not necessarily that guy.
Still waiting, but still waiting.
Yeah, still waiting. Still waiting. But no, I didn't move. Okay, I did not move.
Yes. Yeah, there he is. Congratulations.
So, hey,
yeah, congratulations on a successful first and Super Bowl too. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Talks about the atmosphere. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sit down, man. Just see a couple of minutes. I don't have much to say.
And I'm not gonna play the whole rest here, but we have the whole thing right there, folks. Again, you can't get that anywhere else. That's 7 hours. Non-stop. Never turn the camera off. No one has done that in the history of the National Football League. Covered an owners meeting, live stream, straight away. 7 hours. You hear me? 7 hours without stopping. Check it out. Play it at home. Get your favorite beverage. I recommend hibiscus tea. 3 bags. All right. I'll see you all later, folks. Remember, Zenny62 on YouTube. The vlog report with Zenny62. Yeah. The vlog report. Bookmark. That's right. NFL News. This is it. NFL News by Zenny62.com. All right. We'll see you.